Alright, what's going on? Random congratulations, you are first. Talon, what's up? Whew. Oh. I do train legs, just haven't done a leg stream yet. Are you feeling better or worse since you started juicing? I'm still feeling great. No worse. Have you tried Costco vegan asparagus 3-bean chili? No. I don't shop at Costco. Were you able to do a pull-up when you first attempted it? Well, I've been training ever since I was pretty young, and yeah, when I was like... shit. I don't know, like 6, 7 years old, I could do pull-ups. Hit 4 sets of 4 with 525 on conventional deadlifts today. That's some good strength, dude. I might start incorporating deadlifts into my routine again. Face looking chiseled, well, thank you. Well, no, going on testosterone greatly improved my mood.
Who was that guy who you challenged to a debate that had a Palestinian wife a while back?
I think you're talking about Professor Dave. He's posting a whole bunch of anti-Semitic bullshit, and I think it's because his wife is Palestinian and she's an anti-Semite. But I think you're talking about Professor Dave. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. Oh. What kinds of steroids should I use if I'm vegan? All androgenic anabolic steroids are vegan, so if that's your concern, they're all vegan friendly. The safest steroids are going to be testosterone, masteron, and primobolan. Those are generally considered the safest. Other than that, Anavar would be the safest oral steroid. Very low dose dihydroboldenone can be safe.
Hello Roided Gains. I noticed that Corona Bro returned a few days ago for some more trolling. Did you miss him? You're starting to look like comic book character. Keep up with the roids.
Yeah, I can't say I missed him. But thank you. I am going to keep taking steroids because I like doing them. Ugh. I've only.
Israel attempted to assassinate the Hamas delegation in Doha, Qatar this morning while Hamas was in town for negotiations with the US. Some leaders and members died but their negotiation team lives.
Yeah, I heard about the strike. Um, I heard about it pretty early, so there was no confirmation about who lived or died. But Israel is clearly getting a lot of intelligence through the US and they're cooperating together and planning. But yeah, more Israel W's. Thanks for the donation, retard. Yeah, I've only just dipped my toes in the water, but I like taking gear. It'll be fun, ramping up the doses and trying different stuff. Frank Defano's been on steroids for a while. He was clearly taking steroids a while back when he tried to make fitness content. That's why his skin started breaking out and he was getting a ton of acne. And you'll notice, I don't think he ever really came off. He's probably on a TRT dose. His skin isn't like it used to be. He seems to have issues with breaking out pretty easily. Some of that might be due to his terrible diet. If you have a really shitty diet and you go on steroids, you're gonna get really bad acne, kind of like Sam Sulik. I don't think Sam Sulik's acne issues are really related to steroids. I think it's his diet.
I used to pretend to be Corona Bro back in 2021 to troll you. And at times it worked. But that was when I was still in my immature phase. I am done with the trolling.
Well, that's fine. It's all in good fun. Thanks for the donation, Killing Titan. JT, donate tellers, hey VG, what are you taking in dosage? Does it improve mood too? I'm on 30 milligrams testosterone cypionate per day and 5 IU's growth hormone per day. And the testosterone absolutely improves your mood. And the growth hormone, I think, also improves your mood. It gives you a very relaxing feeling, and it's great before bed. It helps you, really helps with sleep. Thanks for the donation, though, JT. Oh. What do you think of the enhanced games? Well, the idea is really good. Um, the reason the Olympics are actually considering paying athletes is because of the enhanced games. Um, so there's a lot of amateur athletes that are just getting completely and utterly fucked over by the Olympics. They don't get fucking paid. Most of them lose money competing, even if they win like a gold medal and shit. So I like how that they're actually paying athletes. They're also not fucking athletes over completely and utterly by doing drug testing. Because we all know Olympic athletes love steroids, and the ones that have political connections, better access to steroids, and doctors that can help them take them and pass drug testing, they win, and then everyone else gets fucked over. So, drug testing in sports is fucking stupid. It encourages cheating. It gives certain athletes an unfair advantage. It also makes them take drugs in a more unsafe way.
Can you do a video of you taking steroids? I want to see the needle actually penetrating your body while you become a veiny monster. If you don't do that, I will keep calling you a fake steroid user.
Yeah, I can't do that. YouTube has pretty strict policies when it comes to that. I've known a few people who've gotten banned from YouTube for showing their steroid use on camera. So I can't do that. I would if I could, but can't. Thanks for the donation, though, Purple Poop. 30 milligrams of test sip. You can't take 3 milligrams of test sip. There's no way to measure that out in a needle. And that's like a microscopic quantity. So yeah.
Sorry if you've already answered this, but what are your current training goals?
Get big and jacked as fuck. In terms of lifts that I want to improve, like I really need to try to build up my lower body most of all. So I'm really trying to, one, stay injury free and pain free. That's been the big problem with lower body training, especially with my groin. But the gear I'm on is helping my groin heal. And I'm just trying to, I've adjusted my squat technique so that it's safer, pain-free, and I'm just trying to build up my squat. I'd like to, by the end of the year, be squatting 405 for about 10 reps. I think, especially given I'm on gear, that's realistic. But things are moving pretty good. Haven't had any pain or injury so far. But otherwise, just get big and jacked as fuck. Just look like Kazuya from Tekken 8. Thanks for the donation, though, Ivory.
Do you still do any online coaching? I'm struggling with rep ranges and what exercises to do. Do I go to failure? How many sets? Man shrugging emoji. I wanna get back into boxing but my old trainer was heavily against weights so I never learned proper weightlifting.
Okay, your boxing trainer's a fucking idiot. I've been considering starting up online coaching again. You can just message me on Instagram. If you have a bunch of training questions, I can answer them for you. And maybe if you really want, I could consider maybe doing online coaching again. But yeah, those questions you're asking, I mean, it would sort of take a while to explain everything. So just message me on Instagram what specific questions or issues you're having, and I'll answer for you. And maybe if you really want, I could start up online coaching again. Thanks for the donation though, Pharaoh. But yeah, like, I mean, generally speaking, just for hypertrophy, you're gonna be training in like a 5 to 12 rep range for the most part. And as far as exercise selection, I mean, chest exercises for chest, back exercises for back. You know what I mean? What are the downsides of TRT? You'll get too many bitches.
Great Knight, who cares which cartoon for fuck's sake?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thanks for the donation, Bootycum. Who do you think would win in a fight between Punisher and Judge Dredd? That would be tough to answer. I would say Judge Dredd has a physical advantage because he's a genetically manipulated, like, superhuman, pretty much. He doesn't need to sleep. He's actually awake 24/7. So if him and the Punisher were like hunting each other down, that would give Judge Dredd a massive advantage. So he'd never get tired, never have to sleep. Dredd also might be stronger because again, he's like a genetically manipulated super soldier, pretty much. The Punisher is probably smarter though. So he could do some like Batman type shit where if he has adequate planning, he might find a way to take him down. So I would say it really depends on what type of fight it is. They might, like, if you did like, 100 battle simulations, they might go like 50-50 against each other. That'd be a pretty interesting matchup. Yeah, and Judge Dredd does have future technology on his hand. Uh, so I don't know if that would really, like, I don't know if that'd be a huge deciding factor. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, guns are guns. Oof.
100 minutes cardio done, now pull workout and abs, all eating nothing till 10:30 at night. That is dedication and intensity.
Oof. Oof. Ugh. I don't know if that's such a great idea, dude. I'd still recommend having protein throughout the day. So, like, at least have a couple protein shakes, and you can only lose body fat so fast. It's just a limitation of your metabolism. So, even if you're eating nothing and training a lot, you probably aren't going to lose any more body fat compared to if you ate a little more. And you really risk losing muscle, so you probably want to eat more. Thanks for the
I
donation,
remember
though, dude.
Greg Knuckles mentioning a study where they gave fake steroids to natural guys and they increased their lifts by a lot. Do you think the placebo effect is part of the reason you're getting great gains?
Oh, no. Steroids actually work. Thanks for the donation, dude. And it wouldn't be a placebo effect because I'm not taking a placebo. So, no. Thanks for the donation, though, Purple. Here we go. The stupid advice. 210 is a baby dose. 500 milligrams test as a standard beginner cycle. Yep, and everyone gets side effects and acne and gynecomastia when they do that, which is why I'm not taking that dose. Bootycom Donatillers, I'm about 2 kilograms off body weight goals and had a refeed other day. All is good. All right. Well, glad to hear it. Thanks for the donation, Bootycom. Yeah, I upped my calories from 1,500 to about 2,300. So I ate 2,300 calories yesterday, and I gained 5 pounds on the scale this morning. So I weighed in at 204.2 or something the day before, and then I weighed in at 209 point something this morning. So I think I'm still in a caloric deficit in all likelihood. I can barely eat. That was like actually a struggle getting in all that food. And I don't think it's from the retatrutide because I was having issues getting enough food before retatrutide.
How are your traps so big? I do 8 sets of dumbbell shrug a week with high reps, but they are still small. More sets or heavier load?
Well, I'm about to do traps in this workout. I'll show you what I do. Dumbbell shrugs aren't that great. You want to do barbell shrugs. Oh, and I'll show you how I do them. But yeah, you want to do barbell shrugs. And you want to use a wide grip and load them as heavy as possible. That's how you build big traps. Dumbbell shrugs, you can't do it as heavy, and your arms are straight down at your side. One of the functions of the trap is to move your shoulder inward. So if you're only moving your shoulder upward, you're not hitting the muscle as effectively. So you want to use a wide grip then when you pull up, you're performing both functions of the trap. And because you're using a barbell, you're also doing it with a way, way heavier weight. Like most dumbbells at a commercial gym, they only go up to like 120 if you're lucky. But with a barbell, you know, you're never going to have an issue with not being able to load it heavy enough. So I've worked up to 455 pounds so far for barbell shrugs. Thanks for the donation, though, Wolfie. Do you take algae-based omega-3 fatty acids? Yes, I do. Oh. I also just started doing B12 injections again. For whatever reason, when I got my blood tested, my B12 levels were less than half what they were before, even though I was still supplementing the same. So normally my B12 level's at like 1200. I can't remember what the I don't know if it's like, micrograms per liter or whatever it is, but they're at 1200 before. I got it checked last month and it was at 500. So who knows why? Absorption issues, whatever. So I'm injecting B12 again. Doesn't B12 and folic acid have a relationship? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I worked out for about 2 years consistently, but I stopped for about 6 months now. What are the best exercises to gain lost muscle back as fast as possible utilizing muscle memory? What should I focus on? Volume/strength or both?
Well, just do what you were doing before. There's no magic secret, dude. Just go to the gym and lift weights. You don't want to do extremely heavy weight training where you're doing sets of 3 because it's not very hypertrophic for one thing, and you're more likely to hurt yourself. So just start off with lighter weights in like the 5+ rep range. And other than that, just do the routine you're doing before. If that routine worked for you before, then it'll work for you now. So just do that. Thanks for the donation, though, Ketchup. Ugh. For everyone who keeps fucking asking me whether I'm on steroids, read the fucking stream title. Holy shit. What's your working weight for squats right now? It's only 235. I'm doing sets of 10. I had a really bad groin injury, so I'm working back up. Oh. No, I don't eat that much salt. Um, I do take electrolytes, but I think my salt intake is about 12 to 1500 milligrams per day. What do vegans do instead of fish oil? You take algae-based DHA. Fish don't produce their EPA and DHA. They get it from the algae they eat. So you can just take a algae-based DHA supplement, which is where the fish get their EPA and DHA from. And it's a safer source too because it's not going to have any like heavy metals or forever chemicals in it. Because, you know, fish live in a polluted environment. Oh, holy fuck. I got really dizzy from that. I forgot where I was. Any way to grow the outer quads? You can't really do much to bias any part of your thigh. Your legs kind of grow the way they grow. So just get strong with squats, or like hack squats or leg press, and they're pretty much just going to grow the way they grow. I know some people say, you know, their foot placement or how they put the weight on their foot, it makes them feel like they're activating a certain part of their quad more. I mean, you can try it, but, you know, they kind of grow the way they grow. Have you passed out while dieting? Yeah, I've fainted before. Oh. Oh. All right. Now next set is going to be the working set. Oh. Show us the legs. Yeah, like Urs showed the legs. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see with the lighting. Let me move the camera a bit. They're growing for sure. They're bigger than they were a month ago. Definitely looking more toned too. I think a lot of the weight I lost was on my lower body, especially around like my ass. So, they're growing. Yeah, I know. I got natty calves. I you see that thing in the corner there? The red thing? I'm using that to do calf raises on, and I'm doing calf raises every other day. So I am putting in some real effort to grow my calves. I know they're kind of underdeveloped. They used to be really thin. Like they've gotten, like I know that's not great, but they're better, you know. Don't worry. This ain't even my final form. No, I don't need a commercial gym. You need to shut the fuck up. I don't know what paying a fucking commercial gym $50 a month so I can listen to stupid ass fucking shit hip hop music and having to wait for fucking 48-year-old single moms to get off a fucking machine I want to use is gonna do for me. Oh yeah, and all the broccoli haired fucking twinks that are going to the gym now because they're all fans of Hussein Farhat. Yeah, I love watching those fuckers film themselves on their phones for TikTok while I wait for them to get done with fucking shit. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, dude. That exercise is really rough. Ugh. He was right. Had to wait 20 minutes for bench today because some 80-year-old fart was lying there. Yeah. It's like people like overthink things like crazy, dude. People think like, oh, but if I have a home gym, I won't have like, the leg extension machine or, the hack squat or the shoulder machine that I like or cables because, you can't afford it right away. Guess what? You can get jacked as fuck just using free weights. Machines aren't nearly as useful as a lot of people think they are. No baddies at your home gym, though. Uh, yeah. That's probably a good thing, honestly. All that means is if you want to use the fucking treadmill, you don't have to wait for some fucking chick to get off it who is like there for an hour 30 minutes. Most of the girls that I'm into who actually like go to the gym, I don't think they even want to be talked to. They're like I'm into muscle mommies and shit, like chicks who actually take steroids, and I don't think most of them really want to be bothered. How much muscle would you say you've gained so far? I would say at least 5 pounds, at least. So when I first hopped on, I weighed 200 pounds naturally. After a week, I gained 5 pounds, so I got up to 205. But over this whole period of time, it's been about 5 weeks now. I've been dieting and in a severe deficit. So I was only eating 1,500 calories. So I lost a bunch of body fat and I stayed at 205. So I've been gaining muscle so quickly in a like 1,500 calorie deficit that my weight didn't change. I just got leaner. So I would say I gained at least 5 pounds of muscle, at least. And I mean, if you just look at my photos, there's no way I could have built that.
I fucking hate working out at public gyms. I had my headphones loud with heavy metal while doing a brutal set of Bulgarian split squats, and this bitch comes up to me and starts talking some nonsense. I told her I couldn't speak right now and she got mad.
Well, yeah, that happens all the time because there's fucking. Most people don't train hard. They don't take the gym seriously, so they'll just come up and talk to you because they're there to socialize and have fun and shit and just fucking annoy you, and they don't understand, right? So yeah, dude, like home gym is just where it's at. Um, I know not everybody has like a huge, massive budget, but generally speaking, the amount of money that you're putting into like a gym membership, that will you'll save that money over the course of like a year if you just build a half decent home gym. So, um, it's not it's just not worth it. And I mean, if you have the money for it too, you can end up getting a leg press and just some machines that you really want. But yeah, fuck commercial gyms. Um, what was I talking about before? Oh yeah, the muscle gain. So yeah, there's no way I would have made the same progress in a year as a natural. I've made more progress on steroids over the last month than I could have ever hoped to make naturally over the course of a year as an advanced lifter. Just no chance. So, yeah, dude, steroids work. That's what I gotta tell you. Oh. Would you like to go to a frat party? No. I don't go to parties. They're for retards. My gym doesn't have any really jacked dudes, so prop, no chance of asking for a hookup. Well, wouldn't that be an advantage for you if you can get in shape? Because you're gonna be the only, like, good-looking dude there? Your hormones will go to shit on 1,500 calories. Well, no, they won't, because I'm on fucking steroids, stupid. I love how every fucking stream there's like some new idiot who just says the stupidest shit every fucking time I go live. At least my streams are getting recommended, I guess. Yeah, there's always some new idiot in here. How will you grow these toes without toe extension machine? I'll fit my foot up your ass. Growth hormone is the most. Oh yeah, you've never taken growth hormone before. People who say growth hormone is overrated have either never taken it or they're too broke to take it in high enough doses. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You can look at the change in bodybuilders' physiques once growth hormone became affordable to them. Growth hormone fucking works, and again, I'm on it. I can tell you it fucking works. Ugh. Ugh. Love how there's like these pencil neck fucking twinks who've never fucking been on gear, who are fucking saying, "Ugh, that's overrated, that doesn't work." You've never taken it. Expensive as shit, just causes water bloating. Do I look water bloated to you, dipshit? You've never used it. And if you're getting a significant amount of water retention on growth hormone, you're probably taking shit that's no good. So it may not even be growth hormone. So it doesn't, for the vast majority of people, cause a substantial amount of water retention, and it's usually transient. So once you escalate the dose, you'll get water retention initially, and then it just goes down on its own. I had that. I started off on 4 IUs. I noticed that my hands were kind of swollen, and my face was bloated, especially when I woke up in the morning. And then after 2 days, that just went away. Ugh. And then when I went from 4 IUs to 5 IUs, just added 1 IU, same thing. I noticed my arms were falling asleep when I was lying down, and I got a little bit of bloating in my face when I woke up in the morning, but again, after a couple days, it just went away. So yeah, nobody really needs some pencil neck twink who's never even taken these drugs before to give their opinion. Have your balls shrunk? Not that I can notice. So I think generally speaking, most men who go on TRT, they notice like about a 15 to 20% reduction in testicular volume. I don't know what that actually looks like, if it's generally even perceivable, but personally, I haven't noticed. And I also upload nudes to OnlyFans, like, and I've sent some people nudes because they asked. Um, Nobody said, "Oh, why are your balls smaller?" or "Why are your balls so small?" So I don't notice. Nobody's mentioned anything. Will you debate Face IQ? I have no idea. Tyson Hockley has to set it up. I'm down to debate him. You tried semen retention before? No. I have a vasectomy. No matter what I do, I'm retaining semen. MK677 and GH are the most useless. Okay, great. Stay a pencil neck little weakling. Don't take it. MK677 is garbage, but growth hormone's not garbage. So, okay, if you don't want to take it, then don't take it. Stay a weak little pencil neck. Am I going to train Destiny? I've offered to help him. Um, he hasn't taken me up on the offer, though. Do you care about losing your hair? No. You know, I looked into it and I gave it a lot of thought. Steroids aren't going to make you lose your hair. You're going to lose your hair anyway. It just might happen a little bit faster. Um, but yeah, there's plenty of dudes who take extremely high doses of steroids who don't do anything to prevent hair loss, and they don't lose their hair, and it's just because of genes. So if you notice hair loss from steroids, it's just because you have hair loss genes, and you're bound to lose your hair anyway. So why would I take a bunch of other medications that are going to add up in cost, that have potential side effects, just to delay something that's already going to happen anyway? And at the end of the day, nobody fucking cares. Like, men lose their hair, and most women don't even give a shit. It's just dudes who are insecure, who are like, "Oh no, my hair," and they didn't even have nice hair in the first place. It's not like girls were like, "Oh my god, you have the most beautiful flowing locks, let me suck your dick." It's like, no, it's just a bunch of stupid insecurity, and they end up going on a bunch of medications that cause side effects just to, like, prolong the inevitable. So if I lose my hair, I lose my hair. Don't really give a shit. You know, I'm sure dudes like The Rock are able to get bitches even though they're bald. Ugh. Oh. Oh. Do you have pectus excavatum? No. You can... I have, like, full nudes and shirtless photos all over the place online. I don't know why you'd ask me that. My pecs are slightly uneven. Most people can't even really tell unless I mention it. It's just a really stupid question. Like, how many times have I taken my shirt off now? Why would you need to ask that? I've been on steroids since August 1st. Your left arm is way smaller. It's not. If anything, my left arm's bigger. So this is my left arm. This is my right arm. I think it has to do with the angle. So if I angle it this way, my right arm, but if anything, my left arm's bigger. When I measure it with a tape measure, they're the exact same size. So I think it's the insertion on my right bicep is different, and there's this like weird dent in my right bicep, but there's no dent in my left bicep. So it's I think it's just the shape of the muscle.
How serious do you take flexibility/mobility? Do you have stretching sessions in your routine or yoga?
Well, I've had really bad groin problems, especially after I tore my adductor. So I've had to do stretching every single day to keep my groin healthy. So I stretch every day. I do a whole body stretching routine. It's nothing special, you know. I just do some hamstring stretches, groin adductor stretches, and I stretch my pecs out. You know, I just grab the bar like this and like stretch out, you know, stuff like that. It's nothing fancy, but I think it helps. I know there's some research that says stretching doesn't prevent injury or something. Like that's just a load of horse shit. There's some people who need stretching and mobility work, and there's some people who don't. And when you set up a randomized trial, and you randomize people to different groups, like, no shit, you're not going to see a benefit because most of the people in each group don't require that sort of thing in order to like prevent injury. So you're going to end up not seeing any correlation. But if you're somebody who does need stretching and mobility work, you're going to benefit from it. Do steroids make you a cheater now? No, but it makes me smarter than everybody else, because why would Why would anybody not fucking do them? I remember in high school, holy fucking shit. Kids used to think creatine was steroids. I remember I got into weight training in high school because I wanted to fuck girls. And my mom bought me creatine pills. And before um, my school had a weight training class. And before weight training class, I'd take the creatine pills, and all these kids accused me of taking fucking steroids because they didn't know what fucking creatine was, and I was getting bigger and stronger than everybody else. But guess what? I was the only one working hard. So, oh, what a surprise. That was fucking hilarious. There were even some kids who thought like protein powder was cheating. They were like saying, "Oh, the only reason you're making more progress is because you're taking protein powder. I don't cheat. You're cheating." You can call it whatever you want. Winners fucking win, dude. You can make up all the excuses in the world. The only reason you're bigger and stronger is because you're on steroids. Da 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 da. Well, I'm bigger and stronger at the end of the day, so what the fuck do I care? You can call it cheating. You can call it unfair. I call it fucking winning, so cry more. I ate beans today and I'm farting hard. I don't really fart from eating beans. Oh. Yeah, so like I said before, with shoulder shrugs, you want to have a wide grip. I like to hold my index finger on the outer ring, and you want to load them super fucking heavy. Like, don't worry about perfect reps and shit like that. As long as you're getting around like, I would say like 5 rep sets are too low, but I would say like at least 6, 7+ reps seem to be really good. And don't worry about like a little bit of body English. Just very, very heavy weight with a wide grip, and that seems to be best. All right, let's go for a PR. So this will be 5, 4, 65. Why not use ultra grip? What the fuck is ultra grip? How big is your penis? Well, sub to my OnlyFans and you'll find out. Ugh. All right, 465. Oh, that's pretty good. That felt very manageable. I'm not gonna. I made this mistake a few weeks ago. Your strength increases so quickly on gear that you can really make crazy jumps week to week. And I knew about that going into it. And I was doing leg extensions and I was like, okay, they're just leg extensions. I was using 50 pounds more than I did the week before. And I kind of buggered my knee up a little. So then I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. So this is a 10-pound improvement compared to last week. Um, I'm not. I could go heavier, but it's not worth risking it. You might feel really good and confident upping the weight, but you're better off just holding yourself back. How much do I weigh? I weighed in at 209 this morning. The day before I weighed 204 though. I just recently upped my caloric intake. So, but yeah, today's weigh-in was 209, which is 9 pounds up from where I was at the beginning of August.
A picture of Greta's flotilla showing a fire on board was going around last night and retards were trying to say Israel drone striked her. If only. Turns out someone on the flotilla shot off a flare and it landed back on the boat, lol.
uh, I wonder if that was intentional. Like, do you think they're like just completely and utterly bullshitting? For like social media? Because, geez, that sounds that sounds way, way too stupid to like just be, an accident. Like, if flares are loud, by the way, like if somebody shot a flare on a boat, and why would they even shoot the flare? That sounds like it's planned. But geez, that's fucking stupid. Oh, there's the pro-Palestine crowd is so fucking cringe, man. Like, it's bad. Thanks for the donation, though, retard. When's the 500 bench coming? Well, I've said before, there's no guarantee that I'll bench 500. I'll do it if it's safe to do it. For the time being, I'm just working with like lighter weights as a percentage of my 1RM. So I'm not going above 80% for most things. Ugh. I think I'll be able to do 500 fairly soon. I've been really focusing on building up my traps because I want to look like Kazuya Mishima from Tekken 8. And he had some of the craziest fucking traps. I think when dudes have like really big, thick fucking traps, it just looks sick. It makes a huge difference to your physique having traps. Really, really underrated muscle group. Yes, I'm actually on fucking gear. Oh my god. Tekken or Street Fighter, they both suck at this point. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, but they ruined Tekken 8. Absolutely fucking ruined it. They added some of the worst fucking DLC character choices imaginable. And then they totally broke the fucking balance of the game where it's just trash. It started off really well, but like, fuck me. That game's just miserable to fucking play now. No, I don't use a bidet. And they basically did the same thing with Street Fighter, kind of. The DLC characters are just OP as fuck. Like, they literally made it so there's like cheater characters, basically. Where you just force people to like basically play a guessing game when you're fighting them, and like rather than it being more of a game of skill, it just becomes like a slot machine where it's like, oh, you guessed wrong, now you lose. And they nerfed some of my favorite characters. They nerfed Chun-Li for no fucking reason. And after they did that, I was like, okay. Yeah, I played Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 2 is fun. Killing Floor 3 looks like fucking trash. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that game. Mortal Kombat 1 sucked. That was terrible. 9 was amazing. 9 was incredible, especially given the time that it came out. Like, that was the first fighting game where they had like a real single player story campaign. Mortal Kombat X had better gameplay. The single player campaign was worse though. But they did have better DLC characters for sure. 11 had a great single player campaign story. I thought it was even better than 9. Say overall the gameplay was probably a bit weaker compared to 10, but the character roster was better. And then 1 was just terrible. Awful game. Bad roster. bad balancing. Nobody asked for that cameo system. That was the stupidest fucking thing. And it makes no sense. Like, it's fucking Mortal Kombat. Why in the fuck did they add a mechanic where some random douchebag from off screen can attack you? You know, like in like MVC or something? Like, that is so dumb. And they massively overcharged for the DLC. Like, that was some of the worst fucking DLC prices I've ever seen. And only Conan and the T1000 are really cool. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 was just garbage. It also had pretty bad balancing. Is there any official statement from VG on roids? Can you read the fucking stream title? What the fuck does it say? What do you think? I'm some dipshit, broccoli-haired fucking loser like Hussein Farhat? Who makes some cringe fucking joke about being on steroids when he's not? Even though he is, probably? Yeah, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike was great. Alpha 3 was also really good. I played a lot of 2 Turbo. That was really fun. I didn't like SF4, like any of the versions. I thought that game had some of the ugliest fucking graphics I've ever seen. 5 was just miserable. 6 would have been the best Street Fighter ever made if, 1, they didn't have that fucking stupid move that every character has. What do they call it? Drive Impact? That, like... That is the stupidest fucking mechanic ever. And if they didn't fuck up the DLC characters and fuck up some of the balancing. The problem with most games today is they're trying to pander to a casual audience. And I think this is something that a lot of like investors and studios don't understand about video games. You like video games aren't something like movies where pandering to a general audience works. Like, video games are always going to be somewhat niche because they're for gamers. They're not for people who are just interested in general entertainment. They're for people who play fucking video games. So all these attempts they make to simplify these games by making the controls easier or simplifying some of the mechanics, you're just making the game worse. And it's not even any more appealing to a casual audience because what makes the game good is it being like fucking difficult and complex and requiring skill. So, yeah, a lot of games are just getting worse because they're getting expensive to make, and then they have the kind of Hollywood movie mentality where we got to dumb everything down for the fucktards so that, you know, they buy it and pay for the DLC, but it doesn't end up working out. Yeah, my mood has improved since being on gear. Trying to figure out how to put this fucking camera so you can see what I'm doing. Ugh. Oh my god. I don't know if that's any better. Maybe I'll go the other way. Yeah. There we are. I don't really want to show my desk because there's stuff on it. The issue with the camera wasn't the camera, it was the cable. The HDMI cable. I ordered a new one. It should be coming today. Uh, Yeah, I'm sure Gummy had something to do with that cable fucking up. He always runs across my desk and breaks shit. Don't work out too hard. Darius and I are coming. Well, don't worry. I'll have plenty of energy. Ugh. The title is not a joke. Back is looking fucking wide. You're 209, but you look 240. Can you explain? Yes, I'm amazing. That's the explanation. Eh. Oh my god. Oh. Let me try a vacuum. Fucking right. Oh. Be kind of nice just having a seal row thing, but that's good enough. In your YouTube profile pic, how much were you weighing? I think I was 179 or 181 somewhere. It's like right around 180. Yeah, I was training for a bodybuilding show. What the fuck? Yeah, I was training for a bodybuilding show. And I remember it was like 4 weeks out and I was right around 180. So I was either 179, 180, 181. Bike stream. I've tried doing IRL streams, and every time I attempt it, it's just so bad. The connection cuts out all the time because, you know, the wireless network just isn't great. There's not many 5G towers. There's annoying fucktards who just spam chat with the N-word. So I don't know. I also I don't know what you mean by bike, like bicycle or motorcycle. Because especially when I'm on my motorcycle, I don't want to have the risk of getting distracted by chat and then I crash. Oh, Gum Gum. Come here, Gum Gum. Oh, that's a good kitty. Say hello to everybody. Look who I got. I got a big Gum Gum. Look at this big Gum Gum. Look at how big he is. Isn't he a gigantic ass cat? Look at him. He's so huge. Oh my goodness. This is a good kitty. Look at him. Look at his tail. Oh my god, that's a good cat. I love my Gum Gum. All right. Ugh. Mm, 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 mm. Ugh. Ugh. Didn't make as many gains as we thought, or that cat is yoked. Gummy's just a huge cat. He's seriously gigantic. Last time I weighed him, he was 15 pounds. I think he actually got bigger. Ugh. No, I'm not natty anymore. I've been on steroids since August 1st. And I'm very happy and pleased with my decision.
iDubbbz dropped a new worst video of all time, coping about all the hate he gets and what his boxing coach and wife said about him when they were interviewed on H3. He's such a tryhard, it's really bad and cringy when he tries to self-righteous.
I can guarantee you Anissa put him up to it. I can guarantee you that was Anissa's idea. Oh, there's Gum Gum. Hello, Gum Gum. Yeah, all this cringy shit that he's doing, making himself look like a fucking jackass, that's all Anissa's idea. Guaranteed. Thanks for the donation, though, retard. Appreciate it. We'll probably react to that later. All right, let's do one final set. I'm not going to train biceps today because I still have the brachial radialis injury. I've been injecting BPC, but I think it just needs time to kind of rest. It's pretty annoying. I might try TB500 too. I tried TB500 before and that really worked well. Oh. Oh.
I just don't understand why iDubbbz just don't set divorce her already.
It's because he has no self-esteem. He didn't have much self-esteem to begin with, but I can guarantee you she's slowly broken him down over time and has just made him feel worse and worse about himself to where he feels like he has no control and he's completely reliant on her. So she's going to be the one to break up with him. Those sorts of women, they use men as their kind of projects where they'll use and manipulate them until they squeezed all the juice out of the lemon. And then once that's done, they break up and then move on to the next dude that they're gonna, manipulate and abuse. So, guarantee you, she's gonna break up with him. Guaranteed. Ugh. He's just too much of an, he's a dumb guy, but he's just not in a position where he can really think straight. Dude, my back is looking fucking thick as hell. But that's what I mean. Like, the traps make such a huge difference in your physique. Like, having that mass right around your neck and your upper back just makes you look so much fucking stronger.
White House stated they don't think Israel's strike in Qatar advances Israel or America's goals lol. They said they got advance notice and notified the Qatar government. Cucks. Retards.
Oh, really? Okay, that's pretty lame. Well, maybe that's why Israel didn't really kill that many people. Oh well. That's too bad. Whew. Ugh. Quads are definitely getting bigger, so I'm happy about that. We'll do a leg workout sometime soon. Charles donated $2. You should get a portrait of Rich Piana for motivation. I was actually thinking of getting a big banner of from Berserk. So like Guts and Zod fighting or something. Rich Piana banner would be funny though. All right. Well, that's it for the workout. Normally I'd train biceps, but my brachial radialis is really fucked. Like, it's just bothering me. I might do some like rehab stuff later, see if that helps it heal. But I think just need time to let that rest and heal. Favorite character from Berserk? Well, it's obviously Guts. But second favorite character would have to be Zod. Zod's just, badass. But hope you guys enjoyed the workout. I should be on later tonight, in all likelihood. I'm not exactly sure because Darius is going to come over. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do, but should be on later tonight regardless. But big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you all later. Take care. Oh.
Do you plan on doing a PCT or crossing and blasting forever? Also, are you worried about gyno?
I'm not blasting and cruising. I'm just taking safe doses of steroids at a sustainable level where I can just keep making progress. Not blasting and cruising. And why would I go on PCT if I'm just planning on staying on? So it's just stupid and pointless. So I'm just staying on, I'm never coming off, and I'm not doing PCT. And no, I'm not worried about getting gyno because I'm not taking high levels of steroids that aromatize and cause gyno. But thanks for the donation, Black Man. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. Take care.